gold. Yeah, okay. So I think last weekend when we brought our analysis, let's go to the daily, okay? When we brought our analysis, I think price was somewhere here, if I'm correct, about 4.9, okay? So somewhere here, 4.8 something, and I said when the market opened, we're expecting price to maybe come down a little bit. What was price? Price was somewhere. Let me see. I think 4.9 somewhere here. Yeah, price was somewhere here around this 4.9 level. And I said we expect market to break and price to make a little pull down here. Then we look for buys. So if you can see, we move all from there to 5,580 something, and you can see how this liquidity on the daily chart was swept. Then we gave a sell confirmation and okay, which I told you that when market makes a new high, we don't just jump in straight away to sell. Okay, so what you do is that you wait for some sort of liquidity, okay, to generate. So even if you come to the 2 hours, I think you might see it clearly. Okay, so this is the first high that came in here. Okay, then you wait for price to come there again, and you have the confirmation on the 2 hour here. Okay, so 5,556, and your stop loss was somewhere here just above the new high. Okay, or if you go into much smaller time frame, you could have even gotten entry at around 580 something or 5,590 something, and you're not wrong, and you have another entry here, okay, for your sells. Okay, you have another on this supply zone, you have another. And I was saying before, when I was asked where do I think would be good to buy gold, okay, I said I wanted price to have a deeper pullback to this fair value gap and order block, okay, which is starting from here. The fair value gap is actually, like I said, the space between the first week and the last week. So you see this first week and the last week, and the good thing is this even daily candle, okay, if you look here, there is no wick here. Okay, so that's a very good point for price to be attracted to. So going this week, I will be looking for buys on gold only, but what I would like to see is I want to see this low taken. Okay, so when the market open, I want the market to move down aggressively and take out this low 4,652 and probably move down to this, fill this fair value gap, okay, 4,604, okay, or even lower 4,563. Then from here, I'm going to move my time frame to a smaller chart, and I'll look for buy. If that doesn't happen, because we had a lot of fair value gaps here that was formed, if that doesn't happen, what I would like to see is when the market closes, okay, this 4 hour low, okay, that's if price doesn't come all the way low here to retest this again, but which I think actually it will come. What I would like to see is then price to take this low here. I want some liquidity to generate, then wait for a buy confirmation on a smaller time frame, okay, and then I will look for a buy. Okay, so you can see here, this is a 1 hour fair value gap which has been actually mitigated, but then the supply hasn't been mitigated. There could be a chance that market maker might even move the price down here, gather some momentum before we come all the way down. So there is no point as soon as market open just rushing in to lose your money. I will be looking for buys only on this gold for this week. So I've given you the levels. All you need to do is wait for those scenarios to play, move your chart to a smaller time frame, wait for your confirmation for buy, and then go away. You can see you have a 15-minute supply here, which I was talking about on there. Then we have another supply here, and we have another supply here. So when actually I get a buy, those will be price to move and straight away mitigate this low, take out this low, go to our entry point, and I look for buy. So these are going to be my targets. Okay, first target is going to be this, then that, this supply, and wait for price to actually react a little, then come up, and ultimately I'll target all this liquidity, because this liquidity sitting here, liquidity sitting here, and liquidity sitting right here. You have another liquidity sitting here, and then liquidity sitting here. So that's what I'm going to do, then wait and enter for a very long term. Where do I think gold is going to go? I believe that we are going to go to 5,800 and 6,000 or above. That's the long-term target. So the reason for the deeper pullback is, if you look at gold on the higher time frame, you can see we have been in even the weekly, gold has been bullish below 2,500. Okay, 2,500. You can see from here, even from on the weekly perspective, we have actually been bullish from 1,400. Okay, so 1,400, then we have 1,600, 1,800. Another entry was around 2,000. Another entry was around 2,003. You have another entry was 2,005. We have some entries here which was about 3,002, and we have some entry here which is 3,009, all the way to 5,000, almost 5,000, 5,600. So you can understand, whilst gold dropped 4,000 on Friday alone, we had about 4,000 drop. Okay, and overall we've got maybe nearly 8,000 or so. So you understand why this is a deeper pullback. Okay, so you will not even be surprised if gold, because you can see we have some demand area here, okay, and here. So don't be even surprised if we get another deeper pullback, because institutions and some individual billionaires are taking profit. That's why we have this deeper pullback. But until on the weekly, okay, this that the levels I've shown you, until price closes below 4,505, I will not change my bias on gold. It's still bullish, because as you see here, we don't have any structure here. When you look at the weekly, this is the structure that we have here. So you want these lows to be taken out and price to stay there. Then you can say, okay, now gold is reversing and we have change of character. So you'll be looking for sells. But any sells that comes in, for me, is a short term, and I'll be looking for buys to buy. Okay, not saying that I've already said that I'm expecting a bear market. Okay, some kind of big sell-offs in this market, but later on we'll talk about that. So let's move on to our indices, which is NASDAQ. I believe everything is clear. Yeah, so let's move on to our last market that we look at. I've said, if you want us to analyze any markets for you, just tell us in our channel, subscribe, because Clinton and I are doing a very, very good job. People do this and actually charge money for it, but we bring you our knowledge for free, and we're going to also put in some educational content there, which there are a lot already there. So the least thing you can do is actually like what we are doing, and comment, and be engaged, be interact with us, ask us questions and stuff, so that we'll actually know that you are actually enjoying our content. Okay, that's the least thing that you can do. Subscribe, share to your friends who need this free knowledge, and actually let's do. Okay, so this is NASDAQ 100, the technical index. This is last week we spoke about the buy, that we should look for some buys around somewhere here, and price came and exactly has done the same. So this is actually straightforward, nothing to waste about it. And you can see, because price originally came here, because this is a supply zone, took some liquidity from there, and we are reacting. Okay, and the structure is here and we've broken. So where do we think that this market will be heading? I believe that we will still see. You can see on the weekly chart, we have a lot of consolidation here, liquidity that has been generated and liquidity that has been swept. So I expect this market to come down. Okay, so I'll be looking for a downtrend to 24.3 or lower. Okay, if the only way I will be looking for buy is that I want price to close above the 26,438.6 levels. Okay, move up, then come back and retest it here, then give me a buy confirmation. That's the only way I'll be looking at. But if you look at a weekly chart, price is actually straightforward. Okay, so I will be looking for sales. I want these liquidity levels to take, and then if we keep pushing lower, I'll be looking for price to come into this low. So if we come to the 4-hour chart, probably we can see things very, very clearly. Okay, yes, so we have some demand zones here. Okay, this here. Now we can have a little reaction here whereby price move to this level, or price comes to this level before we start coming down again. Okay, because look, what did I say? We have fair value gap here. This is the week and this is the third week. So this is the gap here that price need to fill. If all this fails, price could come up here during the week, set up a sell confirmation, and then we look for price to come to this low. Okay, this low, and in extension this low or even lower. So I will wait for price to do its thing, be patient, and give me my sell confirmation. Okay, so possibilities when the market open, we can have a push up here. Okay, this FVG or this supply area, then I'll wait for my sell confirmation, and I will be looking for the market to trend lower. So on the NASDAQ 100, the only thing I will be looking for is a sell, okay, for the markets to go lower. Because if you go to the weekly, you can see clearly, and I've explained, if I want to go in for a buy, the only way I'll be looking for a buy is if price close above 26,587, move up, come back down to retest it and fail to break. That means that we have this break of structure, and that will set up for price to go up. But at the moment, looking at the market from the weekly point, from the daily point of view, especially this weekly chart is very beautiful. I only expect price to trend downwards. Okay, yeah. If you also need to have some education, you feel that you need help and you want us to mentor you, you have to reach out. But remember, we don't normally advertise our mentorship, because our mentorship is different from whatever is out there. We really hold your hand, and we interview you before we mentor you, because we want someone who is serious and willing to learn and put in the work. So we are not like all the other education groups there, where they are interested in taking your money and they don't care whether you're going to learn or not. So if we think you're not the right fit, we're not going to take you. Okay, so have a peaceful weekend, and take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, psychology, and everything. Be careful on the roads when driving, and I wish you guys from Clinton, I wish you a very successful trading week, and we will see you after next week. Okay, bye bye then.